This is episode 3 of the Brand Authority Podcast.
This is the Brand Authority Podcast, the show for growth-driven leaders who want to win more customers, increase revenue, and gain the competitive edge. Broadcasting from sunny Los Angeles, here's your host, Rebekah Radice.
Welcome to today's episode and one of my favorite topics. We're talking about the 3 types of video that you can't, shoulda, coulda, woulda anymore, but the 3 types of video you absolutely have to create to build your brand on social media. So let's go. Now, I know there is a lot of fear around video, whether it's not really understanding what type of video you should create, or if you have to be on camera to make a successful video, or if you need a big budget. There's just so many questions around video that I hear on a consistent basis. And so today, while I know we can't take care of all of those fears, I'm going to work really hard at helping you overcome some of those common misconceptions, but also those self-limiting beliefs that will hold us back from doing those things we know we should be doing within our business. Video is definitely one of them. And I'm going to hopefully help you see how easy it is to get started with video today. Now, certainly everywhere you look, you see video, whether you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, over on Twitter, LinkedIn, of course, YouTube. But video has really taken over our social feeds. It's really inundating us with video of all different types. So it's no wonder that it can be a little confusing when you look at your business or your brand, wondering what type of video is going to generate the most engagement, is going to give you the most clicks over to your website. And when you look at some of the studies or some of the stats out there, it is crazy pants, crazy how much we are consuming video at this stage. Just one of them, a study done by Bright Cove in 2016, just blows my mind every single time I read it. And it's that social video generates 1,200% more shares than text and images combined. Let that one just sit with you for a second. 1,200%. And when you look to social giant Facebook, consider the fact that over 8 billion videos or 100 million hours of video are watched on Facebook every day. Those are only a couple of stats and just 2 of the big reasons why I believe integrating video is key to building and marketing your brand. So that's what we're here to talk about today. Let's jump into 3 different types of video you can start creating and using today within your business. All right, so we're going to tackle the most scary of them all, the live video. And this one gets a significant amount of pushback every single time I talk about it. And I completely understand. First of all, I don't think there's a soul out there that was born feeling as if being on camera, on video, was comfortable. It's something you really learn to become comfortable with or desensitized to over time. You know, I started working with video, probably 20 years ago now, way back when I started in radio, and the radio station was actually owned by a TV station, which was a benefit and a curse all at the same time. But it really did help get me very comfortable with video in a short amount of time. And I feel blessed in that sense that I really jumped in and took advantage of video long before we saw the rise of live video, or live as we know it on social media. But, you know, from that perspective, knowing how long it took me to get comfortable, I totally get that there's a lot of pushback around live video. But here's the reality. There are so many benefits to using live video. And one of the first of them all is that you don't have to create fancy videos. So we've all seen those video videos out there that are highly produced, just beautiful on YouTube, on Facebook, all across social media. And you think to yourself, my goodness, I probably took a huge budget and I don't have time or the money to hire an editor and hire somebody to write my copy and get my makeup on, ladies. There are so many things that run through our head that hold us back from jumping in. And so one of the beautiful things about live video is that they don't have to be. They don't have to be overproduced for them to be valuable and compelling to your audience. So rather than spending hours editing for that perfect look and feel, all you need to do to connect with your audience is just boom, push a button and you can go live. Now, that's also the downside, right? We've all seen those live videos where somebody jumped on, they were totally unprepared. They hadn't even thought through what they were going to talk about, and boom, there they were live, and they were rambling or had no idea what they wanted to talk about. No topic, no focus, no direction, no bullet points laid out, so no real value to their audience. So let's avoid that and get you prepared to go live with a few ideas in different ways, no matter your business, no matter your brand, industry. You can use live video to make a deeper or better connection with your audience. One of the top ways I see live video used is to host interviews. So you could create an interview series to share a more personal side of your brand. So let's say you're a bakery. You could take people inside your bakery. You could talk to those bakers, those people that are creating those delicious confections every single day. We have seen with the Tasty Facebook page or the Food Network how much we love videos when they involve the actual doing, the creating of something like a recipe, like a donut or like a cupcake. So use those to interview people, employees within your business, and give their perspective into what you do, how you do it, how you create it, and why you guys are the absolute best at what you do. Another great way to use interviews is to pull in past clients or people that have had just an exceptional experience with your company. So, for example, you make widgets and somebody loved your widget. And more than that, they loved your customer service. So the customer experience was fantastic. Well, let them speak on your behalf. Let them come into your live interview series, talk about what they love so much, why they were so happy that they had to spread the word, how they use your product or service. Whatever the case, your audience is going to be thrilled to be able to hear in other people's words what makes your brand, your company so special. And the most important about these interviews are that they're relatable, they're appealing, and they're value-based in the mind of your audience, because value is in the eye of the beholder. So always put yourself in the shoes of your audience and think through, why would my audience care about this topic? Why would my audience care what my baker has to say about making my cupcakes? So think about what's the value that that particular video is going to bring to your audience. And as you think through that, you can start to iterate, create more that are similar to that once you test those, once you put them out there and see that engagement. So one step further or beyond those interviews is giving your audience an even bigger behind the scenes look at your business. And I have heard from so many different people over the years, well, Rebekah, my business, it's just not sexy. What I do isn't interesting. And to that, I would say, absolutely, it is sexy. It is interesting to the right person. So no more barriers, no more excuses. We are going to create a scenario where you showcase how things work, what goes on within your business on a day-to-day basis. So think about, what have you created? Maybe it's a system or a process or a tool. Maybe it makes their life better, easier, or it's a productivity tool. That's something that would totally intrigue me. Whatever it is, your viewers are going to appreciate you actually showing them, showing how you use that or how you create that or how you do that within your business on a day-to-day basis. Another great way to use live video is to share a live event. So I speak and I travel quite frequently, and live video to me is a way to take my audience along with me. So you might not be able to fly to all these different locations. You might not be able to attend this particular conference, but I'm able to give you a behind the scenes. I'm able to take you to those locations that I go to. I'm able to share with you those experiences. So I was just recently in Fayetteville, Arkansas, somewhere I had never been. Absolutely adorable, beautiful town if you have never been there. But I use live video quite a bit to do exactly that, to showcase the event, to talk about what we were experiencing and what was being talked about at that conference. So who were some of the speakers? I was able to chat with some of those speakers and talk about in depth their suggestions or advice. So take your audience along with you. Think of it as a VIP experience. What could you open up those curtains and give them a sneak peek into? And this idea works especially well if you're a local business or you're an entrepreneur and you want to share, highlight things that go on in your area. For example, I'm in the Los Angeles area and we're kind of cuckoo over our food trucks. And in my local area here, we do a food truck Friday, and it's a wonderful way to spotlight all of the local businesses within this certain, I think it's like a 6-block radius. And all of these food trucks come out. We're able to get out with our community and really enjoy a beautiful evening and walk around and get to know all of these small local shops. And what a fun way to use live video to interview those local shop owners or to interview those that are running or manning that food truck. So many different ways you can use live video to take people along with you. All right, so the second type of video that you should be creating is educational or how-to training videos. And if you're not doing this now, lots of different ways you can go about this, but let's face it, we all love learning new things. We love to be able to go to YouTube, search for something that we didn't know how to do, and boom, up comes a video showing us exactly how to get something done. A silly little thing I Googled the other day, it's now become my new best friend, is I'm recording a bunch of videos and I have a green screen and I bought a new one. For the life of me, I could not figure out how to close this darn thing, and YouTube, there it was, came to my rescue. So think about what's up in your noggin. What have you learned over the years? What's that knowledge and skill that you could bring to your audience? Don't be afraid to start to give that away. And here's a little bit deeper look into the marketing funnel. These can be wonderful top of funnel awareness videos where they're very quick, maybe 2, 3, at the best 5 minutes long, where you're piquing somebody's curiosity, letting them to get to know you a little bit better, and then you're leading them deeper into your funnel where you have that opportunity to really start to cultivate and nurture that relationship and then move them them into an activation situation. So these can be anything from those short form, like I talked about, into longer form videos where you're doing actual webinars. Maybe they're 60 minutes, but you can share anything from your ideas. You can answer frequently asked questions, share industry tips, list your favorite resources, show a step-by-step. All of these are useful and valuable to your audience when you think about what are the top 3 problems I solve, and then how do I turn those into a solution, a video-based solution that my audience is going to eat up. And the third type of video you need to be creating are strictly promotional videos. So it could be that you just wrote a book, you just launched a course, you're getting ready to launch a new feature within your app. Promotional videos are those videos that become almost evergreen in nature, meaning they're good today, tomorrow, a year down the road. They will continue to bring awareness around something in particular, but they can also be based around a specific campaign and launch. So many different uses for promotional videos. And I think a lot of times we go 2 different directions. We're a little lopsided in our business and our marketing, where either all of the content we're putting out there is promotional in nature, and it almost feels as if you're spamming your feed all the time. Or on the flip side, you're not selling your business, and you need to be, unless you're a nonprofit, and even then you've got to get out there and get donors, right? So you've got to incorporate these promotional videos that help you tell a story about your business, about a feature, about what's going on with your customers and those people you're looking to connect with. Promotional videos are also a great way to brand your business and tell your audience what your brand is all about, and do it in a really engaging and fun way. 2 of my favorite apps out there are Promo by Slidely and Animoto, and both of them let me do exactly that, where I could quickly go in and create a 30-second video or even something shorter for Twitter or anywhere else I want to use that video, and I can share those details about a new feature that we've just rolled out, or about a new product we're getting ready to launch. So maybe it's a teaser campaign to whet their appetite. Whatever the case, these videos tell a story and go beyond what you can actually do with just mere words. And we talked a little bit about bringing your customers into your live videos, but you can also use them in testimonials. These make great promotional videos where you allow your customer to do the talking for you. 88% of consumers say that they trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations. So I could go to my friend Stacy and I could say to Stacy, hey, I'm really looking for the best social media application, something that can help me manage all of my content. And dependent on what Stacy tells me and my level of trust with Stacy, I'm going to pretty much take that verbatim, right? I'm going to take her at her word. And so building a video with a customer doing the same exact thing, where they're talking about why they'd recommend your system or your tool or your product or your process, allows them to tell their own story in their own words. And it also allows your audience to really put themselves into the shoes of that particular person. So go ahead, reach out to those customers who were particularly happy. They loved your product. They loved your service. They loved that you're a business coach with heart that just gets their problems. Whatever your situation, reach out to those customers. Let them know that you're starting a new campaign and you're going to start using video and you'd love to get them involved. And no, they don't necessarily have to be on camera. You could just do the audio, kind of like I'm doing right now, but you would love to hear it in their own words. All right, so there's 3 different ways you can use video in your business and get started today. And let's do a quick recap of everything we just went over and one more super important stat for you. So it's predicted that video will account for 80% of global internet traffic by 2019. Guys, that's right around the corner. And that makes it so important for you to get involved with video and really harness the power of video within your business. So whether it's going live, whether it's creating these promotional videos we just talked about, put an action plan in place. Are you going to create one per week? If so, what day of the week are you going to create these videos? Because with this, you also want to create consistency so your audience knows when you're going to show up, when you're going to show video, and then put a plan in place for distribution. So where are you going to put these videos? Are they going to go on every single social network, or maybe you're going to drip them out one at a time? Maybe you're going to use them in an email marketing campaign. There are so many different ways and varieties of distribution. And the important thing for you is to also know every time I create a video, it's going to go to Facebook and then it's going to go to Twitter. So there's no guessing and there's no room for error either. That's where these situations happen where you remember to put it here, but you forgot to put it over here. And there's a lot of inconsistency and your audience really never gets a feel of when you're going to post or how you're posting or exactly what type of video content you're sharing. Just remember, the most important thing is to focus on the value, that perceived value for your audience, and openly share your knowledge and your expertise. I have always found that when you come at anything with an open heart and a very transparent one at that, people will sense, they will feel your authenticity, and it will also act as a magnet within your business, and it's going to attract the exact right people to you that you are looking to connect with on every single social network. So go out there, get started with video today, have fun with it, and build a strong and authoritative video brand. Thanks for listening to the Brand Authority Podcast. I'm Rebekah Radice, and it was brought to you by RadiantLA.com, helping growth-driven leaders win more customers, increase revenue, and gain the competitive edge. If you like what you heard, please subscribe and share your review on iTunes. This is such an important way for others to find us, so thank you very much for taking the time in advance to pop over to RadiantLA.com/authority and share your thoughts. And don't forget to share with your friends and your colleagues as well. Until next time, look forward to seeing you online and back here for another episode of the Brand Authority Podcast.